Hey, 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 everybody, and welcome to a live stream of URBXTV. Alright, we're rocking out here tonight. Cut. Alright, so ACF, I just saw your little message pop up here in the corner. You replied back to my message to your video. Alright, so I wasn't even going to stream. I put it up on Twitter. You know, should I or should I not? I got one vote for yes, and you know what? That was enough for me tonight to say, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a little live stream. So there's a lot of things going on, guys. Not just with urban exploration, but a lot of things in my personal life that I've been having a hard time struggling with. Hey Tay, what's up, man? I'm glad to see that you're on. I thought you'd be at work. Maybe you are at work. Maybe you're watching me on your cell phone. I'm not too sure. Hey, but at least you made it. For some of the, I'm going to get into it in a little bit about a possible exploration that's going to be happening coming up. Hey, Explosive, man. Hey, Fuzz. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hey, what do you guys think of the purple? It was supposed to be red. I don't know what the Jesus is going on. But anyway, thanks, Fuzz, for coming on. Tay and Exploring with CF for joining me tonight. Tonight's video or live stream is a little bit about a couple of things that's been going on. For some of you that may not know, I live in Canada, Quebec, Canada, and I've been having a bit of a hard time here in terms of being able to have an income, basically having a job like pretty much everyone else. Making money, making ends meet. So not just so that I could pay for my explorations, because if I was working, trust me, it wouldn't be a problem. For me, it's becoming very heartbreaking in a serious situation where it's kind of affecting my life and helping to support my family. And what I'm kind of like bringing up right now is the fact that I'm looking for work. You know, Tay knows I've kind of asked him if there was like a possibility of him finding a job where he was working. But I've been passing out, you know, sending CVs over the internet to a lot of companies. Me and my wife actually, pretty much every day, we're like sending to like 20-30 companies looking for work. And what this is going to do is, if it ends up that I have to move, it may affect a little bit of the urban exploration side. So I don't know what's going to happen. Feel ya, man. I'm on disability. Do work on the side when I can. Hey, William! Welcome to tonight's episode of live stream. So what I've been working on, of course, is trying to get a job outside of the province, because for most of you who are not aware of what's going on in here in Quebec, there used to always be this language barrier thing within Quebec, where if you don't speak the language, you're kind of outcasted by local Quebecers, who are, some of them are really hardcore separatists, and some of them are just like, well, if you want to live here, you should know the language. And then there are actually French people that just like, or like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they doing this? And around 3 years ago, when I lost my last job due to, again, bureaucratic red tape in this province, which is absolutely ridiculous, I decided, because it was probably going on like 4 years now, and I decided to take some time off to spend with my family, because we just had another child, which is my youngest, and he was almost 2 years old. and my wife was working hard, and I decided, okay, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to help take care of the family, and take a little time off. Because my work that I do is somewhat very stressful. I work in the multimedia industry, graphic design and whatnot. Plus, when I was working full-time, I was always doing contracts on the side. So I was basically working almost like 20 hours, 16, 18, 20 hours a day, getting very little sleep. Oh, William, why didn't you hop the fence on the house? Okay, I'm going to clarify this for all you guys. All right, William? And I've been getting not so much heat, but like comments regarding why I didn't jump the fence. I have a bit of a disability. All right. A number of years ago, I was having severe joint pains, where I couldn't get out of bed, and I didn't know what was going on until I went to see the doctor, and I got some blood tests done, and apparently I had what's called gout. Now, for some of you guys or gals or people in general that don't know what gout is, it's kind of a deficiency, or it's caused by increased lactic acid in the blood, and what that does is it creates crystals within the joints, and those crystals, basically, whenever you move, it's tearing apart the cartilage in your joints. It's like having severe arthritis, but even worse. So I've been on medication for a number of years because of it, and I can't really do a lot of things like normal people can. Like, there are days where I can barely walk. There are days where I can't even walk upstairs. And that day when I was there, it was very, very icy. It was very difficult for me to walk in the snow, and honestly I couldn't do it. So for any of the videos in the near future, if you wonder why I hesitate to do certain things when it involves climbing or certain things like that, it's because I can't do it. There's even points where if I have trouble just getting down on the floor, and once I'm on the floor, I basically sometimes need something to grab onto and bring me up. So I hope that explains it, William. Because, you know, I don't want to come off most of the time sounding like I'm some kind of paraplegic. Well, I'm not far from that, but like with these issues and stuff, and I don't like to talk about it. But I also have like a herniated disc in my back, which a lot of times if I'm walking on my 2 feet, after about half an hour to 45 minutes, I'm in excruciating pain. So as an urban explorer, it's not a good thing, but again, I don't let it deter me from doing these things. So I hope you understand that. You and I should be exploring partners. Yes, we should be exploring partners. That's why sometimes I feel like I'm a young man in a 90-year-old body. I have a body of a 90-year-old. There's 90-year-olds out there that are in better shape than I am, unfortunately. And this gout thing doesn't seem to want to go away. I think what's happened though is that it's done the damage, and it's pretty much irreversible. So that's the reason why I have a hard time with a lot of things. So what I've been doing now lately is, because of the struggle with work and finances and whatnot, I'm looking for a job outside the province. Now, I did get an amazing interview, guys, from this video game company called Zynga in Toronto, Ontario. I've had 2 interviews. Of course, they're searching for other people, so if they ever call me back and they say that I got the job, I'll be in tears, guys, because this job is the job that I've been wanting. But I'm also looking in the Ottawa area as well. So I don't know what's going to happen once I do leave. And unfortunately, I had to leave my wife and kids behind because, you know, we have a house here that we're still paying a mortgage on, and selling a house is not that quickly. You can't do it that quick. So I have to kind of pack up and go and look elsewhere for work, leave my family behind. And once I get myself established with a full-time job, then it's the process of selling the house and bringing the family over and looking for a new home. Diet helps a lot. Gout, we have meds that help a lot too. Yeah, I know diet. I could lose a little bit of weight, but I guess I'm like a lot of people. You know, when you're told many times that you should be doing this, and you should be doing that, it's never that easy. And because I don't get out very often, and that was the whole point of me going out and exploring, was to get out and get the exercise that I needed. And of course winter came, and I, as a Canadian boy, and even from somebody from Newfoundland where the winters are 10 times worse than in pretty much other places, especially here in Quebec, I hate the cold. I hate the snow. I'm like a Florida boy. Okay, if I had an opportunity to live in Florida in the hot summer, 24, I mean like full year round, that is my kind of temperature or environment. Look at my exploring with stuff. Look at my area. You can hang here and we can explore. I would love to, but I think I watched too much Dateline with my wife on all these things that are going on in the United States. I love United States for what it is. It's a cool place. It's got potential. When they say it's the a land of opportunity, United States is a land of opportunity. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for Canada, but I love Canada for what it offers. And for me, I feel a bit more secure here. I couldn't think about living in a place where at any moment I could get shot or stabbed, because everyone is pretty much allowed to carry a gun. And that's my only fear, and I don't want to seem prejudice about it, but you know, it is kind of terrifying, especially from a Canadian person's standpoint. But if it wasn't that, if you guys had stricter gun laws, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be over there in a heartbeat, man. But I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still waiting to find out if somebody's going to bite in terms of hiring me. So that's one of the things that I'm kind of going through right now. And because of how I handle stress, I've been very, very sick lately, the past couple of days. And all I've been doing, actually, because of the stress, all I've been doing is sleeping. I don't know why. I thought maybe there was something wrong with me, but it's the stress. I don't handle stress very well. I am on medication for depression. I don't have depression now, at least I don't think so, but I was very, very bad for a while, and I have been on and off medication for a number of years. And there was a lot of personal things that happened in my life that just didn't go well, and I wasn't able to cope with it. And so, you know, there's all these things that are going on in my life right now, and I'm having a really hard time with it. But on the other side of things, there is what's this? You realize our gun violence is pretty low considering our population compared to Canada. Don't let fake news hype rattle you. No, you're right. I mean, I say it's not the same in all states in the United States. But, you know, as an urban explorer, even when I watch other urban explorers on YouTube, like R&K all day, like, I don't know how many times that, you know, those urban explorers, him and his girlfriend that go out and explore, have been confronted by people with guns. It blows my mind. So is I know sometimes it might be a risk you have to take in your area, but for me, I just don't want to take a chance. Hopefully, one day your gun laws will get a little bit better in the entire country, and you know, it'll just be a little bit more comfortable for me. But until then, you never know what may happen. So once I get a job and I end up uprooting and moving to another place, and money's coming in, things will become a little bit better. But I just don't know how I'm going to handle it in terms of the stress wise, leaving my family and that behind. But I did get a phone call, well, a text message from a fellow urbexer who's been following me, and we've been kind of chatting back and forth and exchanging locations. And he wanted to meet up this weekend to do an explore. Now, I'm up for it, and he actually wanted to go to one of the places that I've been wanting to go for a very, very long time. I've been there. I scoped out the place. It's actually in one of my previous videos. But I went there to try and see if there was easy access, because for some reason, when I would drive by it every day, I swore to God that there was like entrance ways into this place. And then I get there only to find out that the entire thing is barred up. Except for one little entrance way that goes through the basement, and you have to climb down, and it's pretty high. It's probably like a 7 or 8 foot wall in the basement. You're gonna handle a major city like Detroit. Well then, what's that? You're not gonna handle Detroit. No, I know about Detroit. Okay, you don't have to tell me about Detroit. It's one of the most violent cities in terms of shootings in your state. So, well, in your country. So I'm like, if I get an opportunity to go with you guys on this urban exploration, I'll be a little nervous. But you know, I'm gonna use you as a shield, CF. Okay, I'll be like, I'll be behind you 100% of the time. Or Tay or Bouncer B, I'm going to use you guys as human shields. So I may be like partially crippled, but I can run pretty fast. So that's the thing that's going to be going on. Hopefully this weekend. Hopefully that I'll be getting a new video up to you guys very soon. And the only thing is that this place is very active. Bet you're faster? Well, we'll see about that, man. So yeah, this place is very, very active. It is right next to another industrial location that even on the weekends, because I went on a weekend to check it out, and they seem to be very busy. And the other problem is that there's a gas pump station right in front of the building, which is often used by police, fire departments, or you know, the trucks that are used in the business next door. So and then also sometimes there's security. The city security that they have, which is called like Montreal security or something like that. They sometimes park in the parking lot in front, where you have the building, okay, then you have the pump, and then you have the road, and then the other side you have like a huge parking lot for all the people that park, and he kind of parks there looking at the building. So you have to kind of be very careful. And because of the weather, if I just hope that it's not too cold. The cold's not the problem, it's the ice. Because a lot of places, the ice is so thick and so sheer and slippery that it's like you're walking on a skating rink. So I'm going to be meeting up with this guy Sunday. And it's going to be our first time meeting up, which is going to be cool. I'm going to meet a new fellow explorer. and we're going to try and tackle this place. Now, I've seen pictures of this place. There's a local urbexer or urban explorer who's a photographer that has taken many pictures of the inside of the place, and it actually looks very cool. It's actually an incinerator. That's what it is. It's a huge old incinerator that exists, that's abandoned, and it's amazingly cool. And I want to get it. It's been calling my name because every time I enter the city of Montreal, it's right there. I pass by it every single time, and it's like, Bernie, come inside of me. Actually, I didn't mean to say it like that. Blue Toast, Dixon or number 3? You know of it. It's Dixon. Hey, Blue Toast. Thanks for joining. Yes, it's the Dixon one. So you must know of this, Blue Toast, the Dixon one. I can't remember. Are you from? I visited both of them. Oh, cool. All right. So yeah, this is the place that I've been wanting to go. So I'm willing to take the risk. Like I even told my wife, I've said, you know, that if we get caught, it's about $120 fine, which is not bad. What's this? Hey, Blue Toast. Oh, he's from Montreal. Cool. Fellow Montrealer. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so this place I'm gonna, like, I was watching on the news in the United States that there's some of the fine costs are like up to $500 or more. CF, how much does it cost for a fine in your area? If you can let me know, just out of curiosity. Do you know how much they would fine you if you got caught? I'm just trying to wait and see what's going on here. Are you still there? If you haven't been caught, you're not exploring enough. Yes, I know. You told me that before. So maybe I'll get caught, and then we could just say, "Oh, you've explored enough." But I was just curious how much they would charge you. What? Oh, it's $65 where you are, Tay? Wow, that's pretty cheap. And for exploring with CF, he says fines from $20 to $2,000. Whoa! There's a fine in Quebec. Oh yeah, no, in Montreal too, buddy. Because I was watching some explorers from Montreal, some young kids who got caught, and they got ticketed or fined $120. And because I can understand some French, I'm a little bit on the French side, so I was looking for some urban explorers in Montreal, and apparently there's a lot, which I wasn't aware of. Huge range in America, so many different areas here with their own rules. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing here in Canada. It all depends, but for some reason, a lot of things in Quebec in general, not just in Montreal, but in province, they're a little bit more stricter and a lot more things here than they are in the rest of Canada. I don't know why, but yeah, that's the thing. So I guess $120 is not so bad if I get caught. If I was getting charged $65, that would mean great. It might even be less. I think it probably all depends too on the officer who would catch you. So I just I don't want to get caught, and I don't care if you say, CF, that you're not exploring enough. If you don't get caught, I don't want to get caught. I want to be like a stealthy ninja, man. I'm like a fat doughboy that runs. So you probably run faster than me, but I'm like a 250-pound man and that has bad knees and a herniated disc. I'm useless. A cop could be chasing after me. He could walk beside me and say, "Hey, buddy, where you going?" It's like, he ain't running nowhere. So, well, you're not supposed to get caught. Sheesh. Most police I've run into let you go. Well, if you're very nice, speaking to them, I hope so. The only thing is that my conflict that I might have is the fact that I don't speak very much English. So I just hope I run into a cop that's very understanding and not prejudiced against me for being an English guy, because that's a lot of problem here for me, and that's one of the reasons why I actually have to leave Quebec. Is that you know, I went to school to try and learn French just last year, just so that it would help me get work, but apparently it's not enough, and they're very discriminative here in Quebec when it comes to an English person, and also the fact that there is an organization here called Langue de Français, which has created laws in Quebec that prohibit companies from hiring somebody that's English, and sometimes I have to kind of like lie and say, yeah, I'm pretty fluent in it, which I can understand a lot, but I don't really speak well. I can kind of get by. So after like 3 years of struggling to find work, so it's gotten to the point now I've had enough. So I'm, you know, I used to love living here. I mean, to say I've always had opportunities to get work, but since the laws have become more stricter, and companies do get fined if these organizations come in and do a routine checkup, which happens. A lot of Quebecers are not aware of it because it doesn't really affect them. But I've done a lot of research into it. Okay, let's see what it says here. A bit of advice: never run from the police. They can charge you with resisting arrest if you don't run, and they are very open with the police. They aren't dicks. Yes, that's true. Like, I've been caught many times in the downtown area, and I don't know how much of you guys feel about the whole, you know, marijuana situation. And I don't endorse it in any way, because I'm never one to be an influence or a pusher on anybody, but we'll just say that I have tried it a few times, and cops have came up to us and haven't done anything and just said, you know, guys, put it out, all right? And they're very cool, but usually they're young cops. Usually it's the older police officers who are the dicks. So those ones you kind of have to watch out for. So that's you know, this is kind of the situation that I'm going through right now. So if we're like, I'll always keep you guys up to date with my video vlogs, of course. But if you see that, you know, I haven't been putting up a lot of videos or doing vlogs, it's because I'm in the process of packing up and moving to a new province. But if I go into the Ontario area, which is my plan, this could be a great opportunity as well for me to also meet up with Tay and Bouncer B, and to be able to do other explorations in those areas. So I'll be spreading out my wings to better pastures. We'll see how that goes. And you know, there's still a few places here that I want to get to, but because of the winter and the cold, which I hate so much, it's you know, it's deterred me from going. I will try and hit up these places before I do go. And you know what? Depending on where I go, maybe I'll make a special trip to come back and visit a couple places if they're available. Yeah, we're here anytime you want to explore. Of course, guys. Of course, Tay. I know you're there anytime, and we will get an opportunity. You know, it was unfortunate that that time that we were supposed to meet up, we got hit by a big, huge storm, and it ruined it for us. Which still to this day, it really upset me, because I was looking so forward to meeting up with you guys, and you know, and checking out some cool locations with you. But there'll be plenty of opportunities. So I've been watching some videos of you guys. Like, I've been just watching one of CF's videos and commenting on it, and I was wondering how you guys are doing. It's cool, but also sucks. We are so far apart. Yeah, yep. We're so far apart. But you know, that's the gist of it, I guess. So it's been kind of difficult for me. Yeah, we will be all great together. It takes time. Yeah. So there's another thing that I've been wanting to work on, and I have another channel called Studio Parsons. Now I have also a website based on it as well, which is I used it for promoting myself as a graphic artist and showing off some of the work. But I haven't been really working on the site that well, and also my Studio Parsons channel. So what I decided to do is to reevaluate. What I did was I reevaluated what I wanted to do, because this whole thing with YouTube has really screwed up everything for everybody. As a new, you know, it's affecting us all, right? What's this? Tired as shit of winter, but I do have leads on 3 to 4 sites not too far from me. Cool, man. Yeah, you guys' winter is not that harsh compared to ours, but I forgot what I was gonna say now. I read that. What was I gonna say? I forgot. See, CF, you made me forget what I was gonna say. Okay, I'm just gonna think now. Think. Oh yeah, the website. So what I decided was I am going to, yeah, and the whole reevaluation had to do with the fact of what YouTube is doing. Now this thing, of course, it's old news. I'm tired of it. You know, it's bullshit, as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of the content that I'm creating, unless I'm pumping out something every day, it'll never expand to the point where I would get the followers and the watch time needed. And I don't really care about the monetization, which is fine. I just hope they don't take away some of the creator tools that they've been giving us, especially the live feeds that we can use on our mobile phones, because I had it at one point and I loved it, and I wanted to use it. I used it a couple of times on my other channel, because I also have my Bernie P vlog channel. And what's this? Let's create a trip with the fellows explorers in Indiana this spring, also hitting up Missouri. Cool. Yeah, so I just hope that YouTube doesn't really muff this up, because I'm looking into other means of promoting my videos. Of course, there's the Patreon. I think platforms like Patreon and even this Amazon thing is going to be kind of a godsend when it comes for us small content creators, because the way they set it up now, like I said, unless I'm spewing out tons of video content and I got the watch the watch or the views that's needed, I'll never be able to make anything on YouTube. I'll be just doing it simply for fun, and that's pretty much it. So you know, I could be optimistic about it, but you have to agree, guys, that what's this? I have 2 vlog channels. Well, vlogging's cool, but I honestly I hate writing. I like creating video content, because a lot of people today don't like to read. Unfortunately, we're all becoming illiterate junkies, and everybody's more visual. So I kind of have no choice but to kind of gear in that way. But I do have, like I said, my Studio Parsons website. So the whole point being is that I'm reevaluating a lot of my content, and I figured that if I wanted to make money on YouTube, I have to actually focus on other things. And this is where it comes in, that my other channel that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be focusing on creating content that's going to help fellow YouTubers. So basically it's going to be about me showing videos on how to become, you know, if you're a first-time YouTuber, the things that you have to look to as a first-time YouTuber, how to create your channel art and things like that, and so on and so forth. You know, like even when it comes down to video editing, the different types of softwares, free softwares that you can download and use. The list is going on and on. So I'm actually taking a lot of notes. I have these little cue cards here where I've been writing notes, and what I've actually done is I've been using the Creator Studio, what I don't know what it's called. It's basically like their training course on YouTube, where they kind of give you advice on what they do, or how to get the views and the content. Yeah, man, it's hard with the change, but since I've been grinding on it, promoting my channel, and now I only need 3,000 hours. Now, yeah, that's the other thing. Since they came out with this, like they were at the beginning before they changed it, you needed like 10,000 hours of viewing, and you know, I was struggling. I was just like you. I was pumping it and pushing my content. I was making sure that all my tags were correct, my taglines in my titles were good, and I'm getting decent views, but they kind of reset my viewing at the beginning of the year. So I have something like 3,000 hours of viewing, but since they reset it, I've only have like 96 hours of viewing time, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. So every year when they reevaluate your channel based on the algorithm and the amount of views and hours that you're going to get, if you don't reach that, it's reset, which is absolutely stupid. What's this? I didn't see it. See if I saw URBX though. Okay. So that's another one of my problems with what YouTube is doing. Also one question that I came across when I was, you know, just looking through YouTube, I came across this musician who had a channel for, he said, for like almost 10 years, and now because of this, he's kind of had to reevaluate. So I kind of gave him some tips on what he should do to look outside of the world of YouTube. But what came interesting to me was his question that he was talking about, that when you make money on YouTube, you don't get the payout until you reach up to $100 every month. So if you make only, say, $99 at the end of the month, that money will not come to you. YouTube gets to keep it. So, you know, YouTube says, well, you know, they're doing this to kind of evaluate, you know, the bad from the good actors, from what I understand. But again, this is a whole load of crock. I'm like, so I'm gonna work hard to make $100, and if I don't reach that $100, you get to keep my money. And I think that's kind of like a hypocritic oath on their part for the creators. So I'm like, I'm really looking at alternatives. I will continue using YouTube. YouTube right now, unfortunately, is the monopoly when it comes to you know, the free content, or the content that we're allowed to use for free. And we have to kind of agree to it that it is the monopoly on it, and the tools that they're providing, like even the apps, everything works well. That's the coolest thing. I've used other apps for other things, and I've never seen it work well. YouTube has perfected it, and we're going to see what happens with Amazon Tube, and also for Patreon. But the only thing is with Patreon is that I do not like, and if somebody from Patreon is watching this, like the what's his name, Peter Hollins, who is also, I think, a part of the company when they first started off, and what's his name, Jack something, the guy with the big beard who created the Patreon, because he technically created Patreon to promote himself, to have crowdfunding for his music. The guy is an amazing musician, and he turned around and turned Patreon into a public platform for other creators, musicians, artists, and stuff like that. But the thing is that among the unknown, I see here. The only thing is that they kind of need to fix is how the content is presented. Right now, when you do when you post on Patreon, it's like a blog format, and there's really not a good way of viewing the content. So, like, if I wanted to just be posting stuff up there that's free and whatnot, and or stuff that's not free, you kind of have to do a constant scrolling, you know, through all of the content, through all the posts that you put up. And this is one of the things that should be fixed. They should set up the content that you're putting up on Patreon a little bit like YouTube. And I think that now's the time for them to start reevaluating their platform, making it a little bit nicer for us creators. I'm actually thinking about contacting them and making the suggestion, because if at any time we need a platform to help us creators, it's now. And I think Patreon is in a good position to do this and kick YouTube's butt a bit. So let me just go on over here to the chat. There's a lot of chatting going on. Wow, you got, well, CF says I think my best vid has like 3,700 views. Wow. I get tired of seeing that video in my feed or on the side recommended for me. Yeah, the recommendations are bullcrap on YouTube. I'm looking into affiliate programs to help pay. Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of people, or the YouTube influencers, or those people that, you know, give you suggestions that are there to help you survive in the YouTube world, are kind of saying, well, you know, affiliates, Amazon affiliates and stuff like that. Now, from my understanding is YouTube and Amazon have been doing a little bit of battling over the years. And other than, you know, yes, you can link or add it into your comment section. Apparently, you cannot add any of the Amazon links into your cards, so that you can link it from the cards and go to the Amazon. That was purposely done by YouTube. The views started diving a few other vids up too. What's going on here? My most popular video, basically fighting each other to get the #1 spot. And well, and talking about views, and that's another reason why that I wanted to focus on my studio parcels. Let's go on over, guys. Let's go on and check out my website here. I'm gonna bring it up here, and not my website, but my channel. Okay. I don't know. Hopefully this won't affect, because I'm going to switching over to a new account. I'm just going to go here, go to YouTube. Okay, I'm just going to transition over, guys. Just give me a second. Double screen. Okay, we're going to transition over. There we go. So right now, this is my URBX channel that you guys see here. And if you know, and when I hit this down, you're going to see how many accounts that I have with YouTube. I have one for my kids, which is Matthew and Thomas Reviews. Now, I thought they would be interested in making their videos, but for some reason, they only like watching YouTube. They don't really like making videos, but they're starting to get into it a little bit now, and they see what Daddy does, so it's kind of cool. But it's my this one here. And if I go to my channel, so I've done some video tutorials for graphic design and stuff like that. I also do 3D modeling and whatnot. And like the views on these videos, and I don't have a lot. Like I have maybe like not even a dozen videos on this channel. What's this? Still confused by the school vid. People have said it was one of my best, but it sucked on views. So yeah, I'm like looking at these videos that I put up on my channel, and the one that kind of blows my mind is actually one that I did where I am modeling a 3D version of the AT-AT in Star Wars. And this thing has got 769 views. Now, it's been a year ago, but still, it's actually pretty amazing. You know, even this one, 216 views. So I think for me that if I want to use YouTube as a money grabber, doing video tutorials is the way to go, because from my understanding, a lot of the content that YouTube wants you to create is stuff like this, you know, that have some beneficials to the advertisers. I don't know how advertisers are going to evaluate my content and say, well, okay, yeah, I'll put my ads on his. Now, I've seen urban exploring videos that have ads, but like, I don't know, CF, you don't have ads on yours yet, do you? And actually, let's go back to your channel and go to my channel here, because this is another thing that I'm worrying about, is that if I'm going to create content and it's all about the advertisers making the decision, putting their ads on my videos, then will they choose my videos to put their ads on? And then, well, then it comes down to the other situation is, should I even have ads on my videos at all, at being a small channel? And it's been said many times that if you're a small channel, you shouldn't have ads on your videos, because you want to grow the viewer, your fan base first, and then start putting the ads on. Because what I've been seeing now is, if I change something, okay, what I've been seeing a lot now is some of the urban explorers, like locally here in Canada, it's ridiculous at how much advertising they're putting in their videos. It's like you can only watch maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then it's an ad. 3 to 5 minutes, then there's another ad. So, you know, the time that it spends for me to actually wait for that ad to allow me to skip it to watch the video, it's kind of hindering my watch time, and they shouldn't be doing that. So let me just go here to exploring with, where are you, CF? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. So I'm going to click on one of your videos, dude, and I'm going to see if you get an ad. I don't know if you do. No, so you have no ads in your video at all. So let me just go back. I'm going to try and check something else. No, we have your disclaimer, and there's no notifications here that shows. So that's the thing, you know, there's a lot of things that are becoming aware to me when I'm researching, because right now that's all I'm doing is researching on what's the best method for me to maintain my channel. Even, you know, if I'm looking to make money, what's the best method? And right now there is no method. There is no way that I can do it unless like tomorrow I get like 350,000 followers and I have like 5K of views. It's not going to happen. It's not going to deter me from doing it, but I could never expect that YouTube will be profitable for me. It's allowing me to use a free tool for to show my videos and whatnot. But in terms of if I want to make money, it's not going to be doing urban exploring. It's probably going to take a number of years for me to build my fan base and to have enough content, because right now I never monetized my channel was about to when they screw people. Well, yeah, what's the point of monetizing your videos when you're giving them an opportunity to put ads on your videos and you're not getting nothing out of it? Only YouTube and the advertisers are making money right now. So recommended, whatever. So that's the thing. It's like, what do you do? So I will focus on creating content that people will want. And I've actually looked at a lot of stuff that people are putting on YouTube in terms of, like, you know, how to do graphics and stuff like that. And there are very few pros that are out there that really do really good videos. And I think that even just by looking at my previous channel, the Studio Parsons one, that, like, because even the videos I didn't put no tags in. You know, I probably didn't even put proper taglines in the titles. If I had done all that stuff, I probably would have gotten a lot more views. So I'm going to focus on that, and what it's going to be, it's all going to be helping other YouTubers. You want, because I do this for a living as well. I am fully proficient in graphic design, multimedia, 3D animation, all this stuff. And I thought, well, maybe I should use those skills to help other YouTubers, using the website to, I don't know, give stuff to you guys that you could use, or you come to me and say, look, I need some help. You know, can you help me with this? And I'd be more than gladly to help. If it's more sophisticated stuff that takes a lot of time, I might have to ask for some money. But all I want is to be able to use my video content. If there's something that I can help you with and I can put it on a video, then hopefully that will bring in the views, and hopefully that will allow YouTube to say, hey, I'll give you a little bit of money for the work that you're doing. Devon's channel has ads. Okay, I don't know how many ads Devon or videos Devon has, but if he has a small, like, if he's just able to make it to add ads, but if you have to evaluate it, if you're not making anything, and YouTube is going to screw you by, you know, well, I don't make $100 at the end of the month, so we're going to take whatever that we were going to give you and we're going to keep it for ourselves. Screw the advertisers, man. Okay, it's going to hurt YouTube. And a lot of the people that I watch that I get the feedback of how to, you know, make my channel better. Like, they even say, well, don't let that stop you, because what happens, all of the people that are just going to say, the hell with it, I'm going to quit YouTube, I'm not going to put up no more videos. What that's going to do is it's going to now give people like the smaller channels a better ability to rise above everybody else. And I think that could happen in some circumstances, but not in all cases. And it does have to do with the fact that we kind of have to up our creativity, our videos a little bit better here on YouTube. I have a ton. Among the Unknown. I'm making the most I've made since what's this? Okay, I'm making the most I've made since August. I'm making 16 cents now. You're making 16 cents? The channel was made back in 2014, so I was able to monetize anyway until the new update. Bouncer being made like $400 last month. Really? See, that's not so bad. You know, if you could do that every month, that's amazing. Among the Unknown is like, brr. So it's kind of a hit and miss right now. So, you know, I kind of wanted to touch the base on that too tonight with you guys, and, you know, leave a message in the comments. If you have something that you want to, express, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. And this is another thing. Wow, 400,000 views. Wow. And this is another thing that I hate about YouTube, is the methodology that we have to follow, like everybody on YouTube, in order to get the followers, in order to get the views. It is, I'm telling you, it is so repetitive. I hate saying, oh, don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to leave a comment. If this is your first time subscribing, hit that subscribe button now. I am so sick and tired of hearing that. And the thing is, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It is so goddamn repetitive. I'm like, it's like a broken record. But the thing is, this is the methodology that YouTube has been forcing on us since the very beginning. And I'm like, why can't it be just like, if you want to be like a cable network that's providing this kind of content, okay, it should be like a network station. You put your content up, people want to watch it, they're going to come and watch it. Okay? If they don't want to watch it, they don't have to. Okay? But since that is based on views now, I don't think that the like button or the subscribe button has any fucking use anymore. They should just get it out. Okay? Like, oh, well, a like will motivate me a little bit more. No, it doesn't motivate me at all. It's cool that you guys send me a like or something like that, but I'm so sick and tired of having to fucking say it in my videos. What's this? Yeah, man. So this is the repetitive thing that I hate about YouTube, is that now honestly, I'm not even going to say it anymore. Okay, in any of my videos, for my URBX channel, starting today, I will not say, if you've been here for the first time, hit that subscribe button. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, because it's sickening. I hate it. It's most annoying because I actually have to sit with my kids all the time watching this garbage, and I actually had to put my foot down today with my wife because my kid is actually doing a little bit bad in school. Not in terms of being a bad kid, but in terms of not studying correctly. He's too focused on all this YouTube crap that he's watching. So we actually now have to remove it altogether. And some of the stuff that is there may be entertaining for a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old, but as an adult, and I'm like, oh my God, like everybody is got some kind of attention deficit disorder, or half of them, majority of them should be all on medication, for Christ's sakes. They don't even give yourself a time to breathe. And this is the methodology that YouTube forces on you, is that you have to be precise. You have to be constantly doing this and constantly doing that. This is what I say about it. You don't have to do anything what they say. And I'm going to be reevaluating, and I think a lot of us should be thinking about it too. Seeing that now it's mostly based on viewing. So if somebody watches my video a lot, or my video gets a lot of views, that's the only thing I should care about. And also making sure that your tags and your titles and all that is named properly, so that you get the views. The people are going to, type in the search engines, and your videos are going to come up. I don't care about the likes and subscribes anymore, because it's irrelevant. I could have like 1 million viewers on my channel, and maybe a quarter of them will actually come to my channel and watch my content. It doesn't make sense. So leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think, okay? So I've been kind of going here for about an hour now. Let's update to hear what's going on. People are chatting here in the chat. I don't doubt everyone that subs me. Depends on the channel. It goes in order: view time, view number, likes, comments, subs. Yeah, I know, and this is the thing. they've made it very difficult, very difficult, and that's why now I'm going to be focusing on you know, my website and also Patreon. Soon, like I know that Amazon, the Amazon side of things is actually active right now. You may not be aware of it, but from my understanding, you can get into the Amazon tube side of their platform, but because it's not exposed to the public, there's a lot of back doors that you have to go to in order to get into it. And if that's the case, then what's the point? Like, you know, there's going to be, if nobody knows of what's you're putting up on Amazon right now, even if it's available, nobody's going to be watching it. So right now I'm going to wait till they come out, you know, with their platform, or if they're going to be using Twitch. I don't know. Now, if they're going to be using Twitch, this is another thing that I hate, because Twitch, far as I'm concerned, their user interface needs a whole complete overhaul. It's garbage. Yes, I can get into it with my Prime membership. See, and that's the other thing. You got to pay for it. You got to pay for the Prime membership, and I don't want to do the Amazon thing. Like, I signed up for Amazon Prime only to buy stuff on Amazon, and it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It doesn't work. It doesn't get here any faster. If you buy stuff from China, it takes like almost 2 months for it to get here, and they charged me. They were going to charge me. Luckily, I didn't use it, because somebody mentioned it to me that they used it like once, and then after that they were being billed every month, like anywhere from $60 to almost like $90. And when I went and checked my account, there was a bill there for like $96 for something I didn't even use yet. But luckily, when I canceled it, it actually stated because I didn't use it, I was refunded the money. So it's not going to be Twitch. I hope it's not going to be Twitch. So that was kind of cool. But the Amazon Prime, I don't think that I should have to pay for it, because it's not a free service then. I don't know, CF, if you're actually paying a monthly fee for your Amazon Prime. It's probably less there because it's most likely in US currency. Here in Canada, everything gets transferred over, and we're paying like double what you guys are paying. I already have the Prime anyways. It saves me tons of money. My stuff here in 2 days. $99 a year. And okay, so it's $99 a year, and you save $493 last year due to the Prime. Okay, so it's a yearly thing. Okay, that's not too bad, especially if you're using using it to buy stuff. But again, it's different for you guys in the United States, because you're a lot closer to a lot of the other side of the world compared to Canada, and because it's all mostly U.S. currency, and not having to worry about like the pound or the other currencies like the yen and all that. Here in Canada, once you buy something outside of the states, outside of the province, to say United States, it costs a lot. Because, for example, I'll show you. Okay, you see this? This is a Walking Dead action figure. Okay, now if you're not aware, I collect, but I also sell. So I'm just going to show you a little bit over here. You see all this? This is tons and tons of action figures that I want to sell. And over here in the back, there's more stuff on that shelf. I have a good wad of stuff that I bought. And the thing was, I had to buy from the United States because here in Canada, wholesale companies are garbage. They sell things for like 3-year-olds, and I wanted to cater to more the collector side of things. So I had to buy from San Diego. Close to near San Diego, it's called Entertainment Earth or something like that. You might be familiar with it, and I have old Star Wars and Transformers still. Me too, man. I have tons of Star Wars. Most of this stuff that I just showed you was all Star Wars. But I had to buy from them because they had the stuff that I wanted to sell. And my niche was that I was selling stuff that big toy stores like Toys R Us or Walmart wasn't selling, and they were selling their stuff at ridiculous prices. But I could see why, because you know, this thing probably cost me maybe $12, $13 wholesale, but by the time I get it, it's double the price. So if this was retailing here in Canada at $17, it cost me probably $17 or more to buy this from the United States. Once the currency is transferred over and you pay the border fees, it's absolutely ridiculous. So I was not really making a lot of money at it, but I did it because I loved it. And this is a huge problem. So yeah, in terms of the Prime thing, you guys in the United States have it made, okay? Us here in Canada, everything sucks when it comes to buying stuff. So I know it's off the topic of urban exploration, but I'm kind of using this opportunity to rant tonight. It's Friday. I've got nothing else to do. Excuse me. And I'm just hoping that this Sunday, when I meet up with this guy for the first time and we hit this location, that everything is going to go well. Now, if I do get in, guys, be prepared. I will go live. Okay, I will do some live streaming for you guys as well, kind of to let you know that I got in. And but if I get in, I can't guarantee I can get out. But hey, if I get caught, CF, I got busted. Yeah, you ain't exploring enough unless you get caught, right? I have a ranked vlog channel for my rants. Dude, I think I would make more videos on my rant channel than I would do on anything. I'm such a antagonist, I guess is the good word for me. My wife, I don't know how she deals with me, but I rant about everything that I see, that I hear about, because to me it's like I can't believe how our world's run. And this is another thing that I've been seeing, not just in the United States, but here in Canada as well. I'm like, everything is coming out now. There's shit hitting the fan. It's like even today, our Prime Minister, who I voted for, and I'm going to tell you guys, I haven't voted for anybody until I voted for him. And the reason why I voted for him, because I thought he had potential. He was younger. He came from a background where his father was the Prime Minister as well, and he had the charm, he had the good looks, and I was like, okay, well, you know, he's like my age, and I thought, well, maybe he would, you know, bring better to our country, you know, do good things for us. And when I saw a video on Facebook of one of our Canadian war veterans who had lost his leg and partial tissue on his other leg, confronted our Prime Minister and asked him why he was like helping these terrorist groups, and promised all this help for the veterans here in Canada, and he wasn't getting the help that he needed and that was promised. And you know what his answer was? You're asking for too much money. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Come on, like seriously. These guys, like he even said, it's like, I said, I went and I fought for my country, and I knew that I was going to die. I knew I was putting myself in line of fire. I could have gotten killed, but I did it because, you know, that was my job. And the difference here compared to the United States, because I have a good friend of mine who's in the Army right now, you have to be in it for like almost 20 years. And in the United States, you could be in the Army for like maybe 1 or 2 years, depending if you get shot or wounded. You're out. That's it. You don't have to go back if you don't want to. If you want to go back, yeah, you can. But after like a couple of years, you don't have to. Because he told me stories about working alongside of the American soldiers, how they're like, you fucking Canadians are crazy. But his response was, it's my job. So I'm not going to go into that. But again, shit's hitting the fan on both sides here, guys. Same here in America. One party wants to give more to illegals than our damn vets. Well, that's another subject too, is that when I went to school to learn French, I was in a class with immigrants that came into not just Canada but into our province here in Quebec. And it probably is the same situation all over the place, but here in Quebec you have to know French in order to be accepted in the province. If you don't want to speak French, you're not allowed in here. So I was in a class with all these immigrants that were coming in, and it was just around the same time that the thousands of these Syrians that were coming into Canada, and of course the United States as well. I'm going to send you a link to design link to a design place that are hiring near me. Inbox. Yeah. Okay, cool, man. Thanks for the link on that. Fill time too. So while I was there, you know, I got to meet some of the Syrians, and the thing is, guys, that I have to be very sympathetic with the Syrians because they absolutely lived in hell compared to somebody who lives in Africa or you know, in some other country like I don't know, that just come into Canada because they want to be Canadian, and you know, and the worst thing is they tell me that they have better health benefits. The doctors there are better. Like, I'm like, well, if everything is better there, well, why are you coming to Canada? And they're like, well, you know, we don't like the democratic views of our politicians or the people that are ruling our country. But you live well, you have money, and you have your own house, and yeah, but you know, and a lot of them actually came to Quebec or into Canada because they met somebody, they married them, and of course the people who married into them and into their country didn't want to stay there, so they're like, well, if you want to be with me, you have to come to Canada and live with me. So a lot of them are here for that reason. But in terms of the Syrians, like, come on, like, I've seen them pulling babies out of rubble, and it brought tears to my eyes, okay? But a lot of them here are just like soaking up the money. And when I was learning French, the government, I was like really hard I didn't have any income, and I went to the unemployment and to get help if there was some program that I could get into, and they're like, well, you could become a plumber or an electrician, and I'm like, well, I've been working as a multimedia and graphic designer all my life, and I put myself in debt thousands of dollars for school, and you want me to become a fucking plumber? And then they're like, well, you know, we got a French course, but you're going to be with immigrants. And I'm like, well, I need to learn the language, so I'm like, put me in it. And they actually paid me to go, which was great. But after my year was up, the government said, nah, your year is up. We're not going to pay you any more money. But everyone else that were immigrants that were there got all the help that they needed, all the money that they needed. And they're still doing, and then the worst thing is, the year that I was there, the majority of the people that graduated and finished the course ended up leaving to go to Ontario, which is all English. And they didn't want to stay in Quebec, so they left. So immigrants and illegals are not the same thing. No, you're right. They're not the same thing. Any country citizen must come before an immigrant. Well, it's a little different in terms of the, I don't know, it's a little different here in Canada when it comes to immigrants or illegals, because we don't have illegals here. Okay, well, we do probably, yes, we do have illegal immigrants that are coming in, but you wouldn't be able to get a job. You wouldn't be able to buy anything. You wouldn't be able to get any money. So unless somebody's supporting your ass, you wouldn't be able to function here. As we're in your country, yeah, you could have like Mexicans coming over the border illegally, or from other countries, and you know, taking advantage of your system, and I wouldn't doubt it that that's happening here, but they're doing it legally, not illegally. That's the other problem that I hate, and you know, I'm all for helping those who are in need. But if you want to just come to my country and say, you know what, I don't like you know, my country just because of whatever reason. If you're not getting shot at 24 hours a day or bombed and seeing your family and friends dying 24 hours a day, no, you don't need to come here. It's like you're coming here on vacation and taking advantage of the system and getting whatever you want. Now, I've been told that at a certain point when they start getting work, they're supposed to pay the government back and all that in taxes, but honestly, that's bullshit. That's all fucking bullshit. And this is another reason why it affects people like me, because especially here in this province, is that an immigrant that comes here to learn French has a better opportunity than I do for somebody that has lived here longer than they have and is a Canadian citizen. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I can't be in this province anymore. And the worst thing is, my wife is she's born and raised here in Quebec, and all of her family are all French. Some of them speak very little English, and you know, and the way I talk about it is, I feel sometimes I am insulting her. And I love my wife, and I love her very much, and I don't want to insult her, but she understands where I'm coming from, and she doesn't understand why it's like this, because she never had to worry about those things. Okay, you know, she's able to speak both languages, and for her, that's the advantage. And because she's born and raised here in Quebec, she has the advantage over anyone who's even bilingual. Because I even know people who here are perfectly bilingual, who actually were born and raised in Quebec, but because they're of a different nationality, they get looked at differently. Yeah, our system is fucked. We're trying to fix it. Even legal immigrants cannot take precedence over citizens. Yeah, man, it's kind of a screwed up world that we're living in right now, and I'm kind of seeing a lot of stuff happening right now. So you know what, guys, I think I'm gonna end this video off. I think I did enough ranting for today. I'm just gonna watch some videos. I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos of you guys' exploration. I didn't get a chance to watch that one. I finished watching that one CF that I commented on of that stadium, so I'm gonna go back to that one and finish watching it, and I don't know. Have a good night too, man, Tay. And I'll check out that link that you sent me. I'll apply for it. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, and we'll see how we go. But as long as we have support of each other, I think that's the main thing right now. So, thank you guys for watching. If you love my rant, leave a comment in the bottom below. You don't have to like this video. You don't even have to subscribe, because honestly, at this point, I don't care. But I hope that you do, guys. Like, for you guys who are new to this channel, you do like my content. There will be more stuff coming up, and once I get my Studio Parsons channel a little bit updated, I will start promoting it a little bit more. And by all means, if you guys as YouTubers want help in terms of anything, come to Uncle Bernie. Uncle Bernie will help you out. All right. So I love you all. I love my Molson Dry t-shirt. I got it from my father-in-law. I got all wet. He gave it to me. All right. This is the transition over here. All right. What's that? Urbex Kitty can scratch. Urbex Kitty? Urbex Kitty? Where's my Urbex Kitty? My Urbex Kitty's sitting over there. Okay, anyway. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you all soon. And, you know, we'll survive, man. We'll survive. As content creators and as individuals, we will survive. And that's it. All right, man. So, if you're new to this channel, don't subscribe. No, subscribe, guys. I need your subscriptions. I want the followers, but don't expect it in my videos. All right. All right, guys. And should I end off with the music? Let's play the music. No, I got the moves, huh? All right. Ciao, Bell. And thanks for watching.